Joseph, the favored son of Jacob, had been betrayed by his brothers and sold into slavery. Carried by merchants into Egypt, he was purchased by Potiphar, an officer of Pharaoh and captain of the guard. Though a slave, the Lord was with Joseph. Everything he did prospered, and Potiphar recognized this. He made Joseph overseer of his household, entrusting him with all he had. But Joseph was handsome in form and appearance. And Potiphar's wife cast her eyes upon him, saying, "Lie with me."
How then can I do this great wickedness and sin against God?
One day, when no one was in the house, she seized him by his garment. Joseph fled, leaving the garment in her hand. In anger and humiliation, she accused him falsely. Potiphar believed her and had Joseph thrown into prison. But again, the Lord was with him. In prison, Joseph found favor with the keeper, who placed him in charge of all the prisoners. There, Joseph encountered two of Pharaoh's officials, the chief cupbearer and the chief baker, who each had troubling dreams.
Do not interpretations belong to God? Tell them to me, I pray you.
The cupbearer dreamed of a vine with 3 branches that budded and bore ripe grapes, which he squeezed into Pharaoh's cup. Joseph interpreted. In 3 days he would be restored to his position. The baker's dream was ominous. 3 baskets of bread on his head, and birds eating from the top. Joseph told him truthfully. In 3 days Pharaoh would lift up his head from him and hang him. All happened just as Joseph had said. 2 years passed. Then Pharaoh himself dreamed of 7 fat cows devoured by 7 thin ones, and 7 full ears of grain consumed by 7 withered ears. None of his magicians or wise men could interpret them. The cupbearer, remembering Joseph, spoke to Pharaoh. Joseph was brought from the dungeon, shaved and clothed.
It is not in me. God will give Pharaoh a favorable answer.
Joseph explained. The dreams were one. The 7 good cows and ears meant 7 years of plenty. The 7 lean ones foretold 7 years of famine. God had shown Pharaoh what he was about to do. Joseph advised Pharaoh to store grain during the plentiful years to prepare for the famine.
Can we find such a man as this, in whom is the Spirit of God?
He appointed Joseph as governor of Egypt, second only to Pharaoh. Joseph was 30 years old. He stored grain during the 7 years of abundance. When famine came, not only Egypt, but all the earth came to him. And so, the one once betrayed and imprisoned became a savior to nations. Joseph's rise was not by might or power, but by God's providence. His faith, integrity, and wisdom prepared the way for a greater deliverance to come through his descendants. Through Joseph, God was already forming a plan to preserve his people and fulfill his promises to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob.